Welcome to Foundations of Emo, hosted by Claire and Dani. Each episode we take one of our favourite bands and dive deep into their history and origins, reminiscing on our own emo roots along the way.
Cheers!
Welcome to our introduction episode of our podcast. I know some people are into introduction episodes and some people are not into introduction episodes, so we just thought we'd do a little about me and then we'll have our first episode up really soon.
Yeah, I think also the intro is probably more for us to warm up than
Yeah.
anything else.
That as well. But yeah, just in case you're curious about the people who are behind the podcast, we just thought we'd do a little bit about us and where we come from and how we got into emo music and the point of all of this, I suppose.
Yeah, and how it came about.
So my name is Dani. I am 33-year-old elder emo. I am a single mother and I work in employment and, you know, very emo things. This is what happens when you're a grown-up emo, though. You say things like, I work in employment, and it's like, what?
I know.
And I also study psychology part-time. So being a single mother, working full-time, studying part-time, I thought, do you know what? I don't have enough things going on. I'm going to start a podcast.
Yeah, and if that's not an emo theme, then I don't know what is.
Imagine how sorry I could feel for myself. And you?
I'm Claire. I'm also 33, fellow elder emo. I am a medical scientist.
Very emo.
And I'm not a mother, but I do have a cat, so I suppose that...
Same thing.
Same thing.
Did you birth it?
Absolutely. Well, I may as well have at this stage.
His name is Rupert.
His name is Rupert. He's a big fan of us and of emo music, clearly. And yeah, we just decided to do this. Basically, when we meet up, all we do is talk about music anyway and reminisce on our days of being in town, wandering the CD shops, flicking through emo CDs. And we just thought it'd be a fun thing to do.
How did we meet, Claire? I'm going to tell you a secret.
Oh no, you can't remember!
So basically we decided that this is something we'd talk about on the podcast, and Claire was like, yeah, cool, I'll tell the story about how we met up and all. I was like, yes, I'll also talk about that. And I can't remember how me and Claire met, which means I'm the worst friend in the world and we're all dependent on her right now.
So, well, this is my version of how we met. So you went to primary school with the girl that I went to secondary school with.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to the Aiden gig.
Was it Aiden?
Yeah.
I actually had it in my head that it was Fall Out Boy, which would have been an interesting turn of events.
No, and it was Aiden, and I think for some reason that was back in the day when you added people on Facebook that you don't know, but you were like, they look cool. So I think you messaged me and were like, hey, I want to go to this gig. Can I come? And I was like, sure.
Like me.
I'm pretty sure that was it. I'm pretty sure we met at the Aiden gig.
I remember us being at a gig, and I have this memory of us being in the bathroom, like at the sinks in the bathroom of a gig.
Yeah.
And chatting to you, and I think that was like the first time that we proper talked.
Yeah, it must have been then. And that was it wasn't Taste of Chaos, it was Aiden and Bayside, The Sleeping, and someone else played, I can't remember.
And then we talked to the girl from the Sleeping at the merch stand.
Yes, we did! Oh, I forgot that. See, you do remember.
You were so cool.
We're still friends. No.
I messaged him on MySpace after that. No, I didn't.
But I think that was it. And then we just became firm friends.
So we were like 16, weren't we?
16, yeah. 17.
That's like half our lives. We know each other.
It is, though. You're probably my oldest friend. You are my oldest friend.
I'm not that old.
Ancient.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I had it in my head. It was the Fall Out Boy gig that I went to by myself, because I thought I met you and the girl that we know. But no, Aiden, okay.
No, it was Aiden, as far as I know. I could be wrong, but sure, let's just go with that one.
Listen,
It's
you
a
remember.
good story as any.
That's what we'll tell our kids. And how did you get into emo music?
Yeah, I actually can't remember. You said this to me and I was like, I can't actually remember who the first emo band I listened to was. I do know the first CD I ever bought that wasn't like a boy band was Nirvana. And then after that it must have been, I don't know, it was definitely on a Kerrang CD that used to come with their magazines. And I mean, was it My Chemical Romance? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Can you remember?
Yes. In true Dani style, it was because of a boy. I am always on brand. Basically, I had been into rock music for quite a while, and then I started seeing emo people like on MySpace, and like it started becoming a thing, being emo and the fringe and the piercings and the eyeliner and everything goes along with it. And I was like, those people look really cool. And then I started talking to a boy on MySpace and he looked like that, but he was from Ireland and like all of the emos were from America. So I was like, I can't believe there's a man in this, a man and a boy in this country who looks like that. And me and him got to talking and ended up like going out for like a week, as you do when you're 15 years old. Love of my life.
Obviously.
And yeah, he broke my heart after a week, which is great to like listen to emo music when your heart's broken. It's the best. He made me a mix CD. And like I tell you, some of the songs on that CD are still like favorites to this day. And that's when I really got into listening to the music and changed my life forever.
Like, who was on it?
There was actually stuff that wasn't emo, because I don't know, the first thing that came to mind was Bleeding Through, who aren't emo. But From First to Last were on it. Avenged Sevenfold, again, we wouldn't call them emo, but like, I don't know, there was just so many good bands on it, and I was just, my mind was blown. Like, I listened to that burnt CD for so long.
Yeah, that's really annoying me that I can't remember who it was. I feel like it was just progression. And like that as well, we didn't like exclusively listen to emo music. Like, we listened to Avenged Sevenfold because we're cool. But I do remember coming over to your house like on Saturday mornings and you'd get your mom to do your hair because you had the like the hairspray to hair and you'd be like, Mom, and then she'd do it all up the back for you and I was like, she's so cool. And then I remember I tried to do it once and it just didn't work.
Yeah, God, the back combing and the hairspray
and the fringe.
Oh, the fringe.
And the outfits, you know, you'd save your good outfits for going to town on a Saturday.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day and then we ended the conversation because we were like, save it for the podcast. But I had this like blue and black stripy tank top out of H&M and like that was my good outfit. That was like, if I want to look really cool, I'm going to wear that top.
I remember that so well as well. And then you'd have like band t-shirts as well. You'd be like, I'm going to wear this band t-shirt. I remember I had a black top that had white writing on it that was like French. I had no idea what it said, but I was like, this looks cool.
This looks like it could be a band t-shirt.
Oh, we thought we were so cool.
We were so cool. We still are.
Yeah.
16 years later, we're like living the same life.
But it's so not. But when you think back on it all, though, it was just like we did nothing really except go to town, hang out.
It was so wholesome.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Exactly, yeah.
It was always like, let's go see this band, and we weren't into like drinking that much, or like not drinking. Like we went to parties and we drank, but like the gigs, it was all just about the music. It wasn't about like let's go out and get locked or anything.
And like, I remember I used to have a list of all the bands I'd seen on my MySpace and I just felt so cool. I was like, I don't even know half these bands are, but I saw them.
I used to keep all the tickets from the gigs and I pasted them all into a scrapbook, and then like years ago I threw it out. I was like, what do I need this for? So and I'm so upset about it.
I know, we could have made a fortune. I'm sure somebody wants a signed ticket of Senses Fail or something.
No, we got I got my hand signed by the guy from Under Oath.
Did you?
Yeah, and then I had like 8,000 pictures on my MySpace of my hand.
Oh my god. I don't remember that. I remember...
I think I might have been with our other friend. We were queuing up to get our coats because they used to keep them under the stage. What venue was that?
Oh, wasn't the Ambassador, was it?
It might have been. I don't know. They kept our coats under the stage or something. We were queuing up to get them, and then one of the guys from Under Oath came out and started chatting to the line. Like, I was like, sign my hand, because I didn't have anything else on me.
Did you wash it?
Never. Not to this day. I washed the rest of my hand, but I leave that part.
You probably went into school like a big dirty hand.
I didn't have emos in my school.
I know, yeah, neither did I.
Like, I was the only one. Like, there was a few like little rockers and goths and things like that, but there wasn't anyone that was emo.
We used to like write all over our journals with like band names and everything. And then I'd say the teachers were like, "Oh, was a funeral? Would you call a funeral for a friend emo?" No,
I would. Yeah,
they were probably one of the first ones I listened to.
I love them.
Yeah,
I was supposed to see them last year. I was supposed to see them about 3 years ago, and then COVID like kept changing the date, and then when it came around to it, I was afraid it was going to be cancelled again, so I didn't book flights because it was over in Scotland.
But we're best mates with them, so that's okay.
Yeah, we didn't meet
Save
them.
that for another time.
Yeah, that's a story for another episode.
But the teachers must have been like, what the hell does this one have? Funeral for a friend written on her homework journal.
Who's she killing off? I used to do this thing in my copies in school or in my books. When I was sitting in a class and I got a song into my head, I'd always write it in the corner, like the same corner, whatever page I was on, always had what song was in my head at the time. And years later, my sister got my books secondhand, and I remember her doing her homework and I saw it and I was like, oh my god. And then I was trying to flick through and she was like, go away, you're so uncool.
That is a cool idea though.
It was cool at the time, but like, you know, did I ever go back and look see what songs were in my head when I was studying, I don't know, I'll draw.
What was the name of that? I was going to say club, but definitely wasn't a club that we went to on Saturdays.
Blast.
Blast! Do you remember
Yes.
Blast?
That was amazing.
Do you know what made me think of that? Was the blue...
Yeah,
the t-shirt.
Because I probably wore it to every single gig ever. I was like, my gig top. That makes me look really cool.
And it was in the Voodoo Lounge.
It changed locations a couple of times. It was in Radio City. Do you remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
On the Keys.
What even was it? Did we just go and like...
It was
an
an
Irish band.
It was an all ages gig of like local bands used to play, which
Why
is
did we never
really,
play?
really cool.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, we haven't even talked about the fact that me and Claire were in a band.
Oh my god, why have we totally missed that out?
The best part.
Sorry, we were in the best band ever.
Yeah, probably the biggest band of all time.
Yeah.
That were
You may
like,
have heard of us.
we flew under the radar because we were so good. We were in a band called Despite My Good Intentions.
Which I've always loved that name.
Yeah, honestly, it's an excellent band name, copyright and patent pending and all the rest of it.
Nobody steal that. But like we had a band, we had everything for a band except the music.
Except the talent.
Like we had the photos, we had the instruments that we couldn't play. And we used to, do you remember?
We had our own MySpace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no
Because
songs.
social media wasn't like that big at the time. Like it was kind of getting there, but not to the same level it's at now. But we definitely had our own MySpace because we put all our pictures on it.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we went to a different gig, possibly a Blast gig, and we signed everybody in the line's hands?
But do you remember we went to that New Year's party? Or were you at it? Or was that me and the other girl?
I don't know. What one?
Double
Tell me
one.
more of the story.
Well, it was 2007, but we wrote DMGI and everyone like at the party, and we just took photos of them all, and then we made like a slideshow on the MySpace of all these people with DMGI, and it looked like we'd so many fans.
We did the same with the queue
Yeah.
for that gig. We just wrote DMGI on everyone's knuckles and took pictures of them, random
Nobody
people, and put
had
them on
a
our
clue what it
MySpace.
was.
People were like, "What is this?" We're like, "Shh, you don't need to know."
And we had the best band picture ever.
Yes, we have an excellent band picture.
Where-
We'll put that up on our social media at some stage when we're brave enough.
Yeah. Where like, who was it? Was it your sister that stood on the couch?
Probably.
And because all the rage back then was the photos like looking up into the sky. And she took photos of it, and then because our flash was so bright, none of us had any noses.
That was the style at the time.
Yeah.
Your digital camera, like blurring out your entire
Yeah,
face. Like I had so many pictures of myself because that was when selfies like really became a thing, and I wanted to take all these really cool like emo looking pictures of myself, and I used to take them with my digital camera, and I would have no nose,
Yeah.
barely have a mouth, and all you could see was kind of like
Eyes.
the outline of my eyes, like the eyeliner basically. And I used to be like, oh my god, I love that picture of me, I look unreal.
Like the contrast between like the ghost white skin and the black hair.
I was
So
like,
good.
I am unreal without a face. Where did it all go wrong? When you started getting pictures where you could see my actual face.
Do you remember our first gig?
Our first gig,
That
how
we
could I forget?
played?
Our first and only gig we ever played.
Oh yeah.
I still have...
Recorded footage.
Oh yeah, it's definitely somewhere.
Oh, we need to whip that out.
Stop.
Do you remember what you wore? I remember what I wore.
What did I wear? I think I wore one of those leopard print dresses that I used to always wear.
Yeah, I
like
wore
the
a leopard
t-shirt
print
dress.
top.
You did? I actually remember.
Yeah.
And I used to I used to buy black tights and cut them over the, like just after the knee, and they'd be like kind of
Oh,
3/4 length
yeah.
leggings.
Did
And
they
it,
not roll up all the time?
no, they didn't, but they were hideous. Like, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh yeah.
I am 5 foot tall, and it made me look like I was about 3.5 foot tall. It was very bad.
We thought we were so good, and I had like grey skinny jeans and like black Converse, and I was like, I just look unreal.
You actually looked really cool when I think
Oh,
about
thanks.
it. I looked awful, and then I had a studded belt around my dress. You know,
Of course.
Of course.
And I had a blue guitar.
So our gig was we did half an acoustic set and then half what do you call it, like an electric set.
A non-acoustic set.
Yeah, with the rest of the instruments and the rest of the band.
So profesh.
How did, like, and this is so funny to think about, because I'm like, how did we just tell the rest of the band, yeah, me and Claire are going to do a few songs by ourselves, so go fuck yourself. Me and Claire just need like some spotlight on ourselves.
Hilarious.
And we don't care
I
about
actually
you
don't know.
guys.
How did we do that?
I don't know how that conversation happened, where we decided we would just do our own acoustic set, me and you.
Also, the only songs we played were like the songs were chosen based on could we play them or not because we liked them.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I have a visceral reaction every time I hear that fucking
Seven Nation Army.
No.
Island in the Sun.
Where is my... Or, no, yeah, it was. I was gonna say Where's My Mind. That's not it. Island in the Sun.
No, we did play Where's My Mind as well. We played a Pixies song.
Oh god, we played so many boring songs that I fucking hated singing.
Just because we...
Because, yeah, they were
the only
slow.
thing we could do.
They were slow, so they matched our ability. I'm not saying we're slow, saying our, playing abilities were up there. Our talent was lacking, so we had to play easy things.
Yeah, we played Seven Nation Army.
Yeah.
Which, I mean...
Island in the Sun, I freaking hate that song. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And only because of that gig. I probably would have liked it if I had learned it in any other way. But
I'm trying to think what... Yeah.
We just used to practice it all the time.
Where did we even come up with that song?
I think it was the drummer who wanted it.
Oh, yeah.
Because we kind of all went around the group and were like, okay, what song do you want to cover? What song do you want to cover? And then that was her... That's what she wanted to play.
We also just forced her to become a drummer. It was like, if you want to hang out with us and be in our band... You need to play the drums.
We're like, we have a bassist, a guitarist, we've got 2 vocalists, and we need a drummer, so...
And she just did. To be fair.
Fair play to her.
Fair play to her.
God, we're such great people to hang out with. You need to be a drummer.
And
also, we're doing our own acoustic set that you're not involved in.
We should get them as guests on the pod.
Do you think they'd ever talk to us again? I mean, these stories are not making us look excellent.
But what I used to love though was when we'd be like, let's have band practice, and we probably did about 10 minutes of actually trying to play something, and we just loved hanging out.
Yeah.
Drinking cups of coffee, and then do you remember that time?
The little sachets of cappuccino.
Yeah!
They were my life.
And then we had some party in your house when your mom was away, do you remember? And we all got absolutely twisted.
Yes.
And we were drinking some concoction that bleached a t-shirt. That's all I remember.
And at one stage there was that guy that was just under the stairs. Everyone was like, where is he? Where is he? And he was sitting under the stairs in my house. And that's not a room. It's not converted. There's no door on it. He was literally just sitting under the stairs.
In a wardrobe.
Yeah, beside the Hoover. And I feel, I might have made this up. I feel like he just sat there barking at people.
No, that's definitely a thing, yeah.
Oh my god, those parties were fucking wild.
But that's what we used to do.
Wild. They were, whatever's the opposite of wild is what those parties were. They were just bizarre.
We were just so wholesome.
We were very wholesome kids. We really were. Honestly.
And even when we thought we were wild, we were not wild.
Yeah. Because our band was 4 girls, and then we met 2 guys who could actually play instruments. So we were
they were proper talented.
Yeah, they were really
Why
good.
were they in our band?
I have no idea.
Oh. Do you remember though the cover we did of Monster?
Yes.
That was actually so good.
Monsters by Funeral for a Friend.
Not because of you or me, because of the other 2. But they act I just remember when we played it, and I just remember he had that bark at the end because he added all the shouting to it.
Yeah.
Bark, there you go. Obviously, he was the barker. And I just remember being wow, we are really good.
That was an excellent cover now, I'm not gonna lie.
It was, yeah.
It was.
Because according to Chris from Funeral Friend, it's a very difficult song to cover,
We'll save that story for that episode, but I remember because it had female vocalists and then guy screaming, and it sounded really good because they were very talented at guitar.
Yeah, and it also was totally different to the original.
Not that you're not talented at guitar, Claire.
Yeah, okay, throw the insults at me, whatever, it's fine. I can do an A chord, K, G, a D, an E, an F, all the good ones.
None of the bad ones. I never bothered with those. That's all you need. Yeah, and I was trying to think, what songs did we play for our acoustic set at the gig?
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, because we did Where's Your Boy, or Grand Theft Autumn, and we did...
Spin, did we?
Yeah, we did that song as well.
My Heart Is the Worst Kind of Weapon.
Yes.
And then we would have done, Green Day.
Yes.
Time of Your Life.
Isn't that when my dad pulled the chair up really close to watch us?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh god, he pulled the chair right up to the edge of the stage and just sat looking at us, and it was disconcerting.
Oh, sorry, how could we forget? We also did Cute Without the E.
Of course we did.
Yeah.
That was our best song.
That was our best song.
Yes.
Probably still our best song.
Yes. I know, because I saw them a couple of years ago and I was just I wish Claire was here.
Yeah. What a song. Yeah, I can't remember any other ones though.
No. I feel like our acoustic set was also longer than the other set. Why does it always have to be about us? I don't know. Let's start a podcast where we get to listen to each other talk.
Beyonce and Kelly Rowland kicking Michelle out.
Oh dear. Well, hopefully that tells you a little bit about us and what to expect from the podcast. The rest of the episodes are going to be centered around different bands. So our very first episode is going to be about Fall Out Boy.
Our love.
Our love. I'm very, very excited for that one. That's going to be released on Wednesday the 18th of January, which coincides with their first music release in 4 or 5 years.
We haven't even planned that.
Yeah. We were looking for when are we going to release the first episode, and then the date fell in our lap. So you don't have long to wait to hear an actual episode. They will. I'm sure they're
all so excited.
I'm sure there will be many chats like this, but it will be more structured. This was just an introduction episode.
Yeah. So if we haven't annoyed you too much and you feel like you can listen to our voices for a bit longer talking about actual things, join us.
Join us on the 18th and talk to you then.